First off, I want to start with saying sorry for the bad cam quality. My computer is just, I don't know what's up with it. Um, it's late at night, so the lighting's not also not that good. But late night thinking is always the best kind of thinking. So here we are on our last monologue, our final expression, and I wanted to use this final expression to show where I stand on feminism. Uh, at first glance, you're like, why is he talking about feminism? Um, you know, I would probably think the same thing. What does a man know about feminism? Problem is, I might be a man, but I'm also not a man. Uh, I've mentioned this in a video in a previous monologue that I identify as genderqueer, which, in my definition, means that I am a boy and a girl. That's what I feel. That's what I present myself as. Um, and the reason how feminism plays into this is because feminism has really helped me come into terms with how to claim back my femininity as well as my masculinity, because um you know I don't choose one over the other. I both fully accept them. But feminism, it's a little radical nowadays. I wouldn't really think radical because power to the people or whatever. But I mean, to me, feminism is the equity of the sexes and genders. And you're wondering, why am I saying equity instead of equality? That's because they're two different words. Equity means, everybody gets the same fair chance. Equality is that everybody gets the same chance, but it's not necessarily fair. And I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but it's the best way I can describe it. And if you want to know more about it, then I suggest that you look up the definitions, because Google probably can define it better for you than I can. Um, but the way that I stumbled into feminism is through my culture. I'm actually half Puerto Rican and half Mexican. And why does that matter for feminism? It's because we have some strong ass women in our culture. We have some strong ass women figures, like Frida Kahlo or La Virgen Maria, just Selena. Yeah, I can't forget my queen Selena. And that's Quintanilla, not Gomez. You know, I have these very strong women figures in my life who represent so much. They did so much for their community. Um, and I'm not gonna let that go unseen. You know, it. I don't know. Just it's have a lot of thoughts flowing through my head, but it's just really important to me to like really find a middle ground between the genders and the sexes. And I kind of find it kind of confusing saying genders and sexes because you know we are different sexually, like genetically we're different, but on a gender basis, are we really that different? Yes, we act a different way. We have different social cues, but other than that, we're pretty much similar. uh of course, physical attributes will define us from male to female or intersex, or anything in between that I'm forgetting. But it's just I don't sorry, my mind is going everywhere. um Feminism is very important to me. I'm the only boy out of five sisters. I'm the oldest. My mom was a single mother for most of my life. uh you know just things like that. It's like, why am I going to project this masculinity, this toxic masculinity? Why am I going to put these women down? Why am I doing this? Why was I doing it in the first place? Why is my culture telling me that because I'm a man I'm worth more than they are? Because, to be honest, who really runs, not the world like Beyonce said, but who really runs this household? Because I don't see my daddy doing anything but working, coming home, smelling really nasty, and then falling asleep. I see my mama busting her ass, taking care of the kids, cooking the food, cleaning the house, making the gears turn. And without her, I don't know where my daddy would be, honestly. you know? It's things like that made me wonder growing up, like, why am I putting less value on these women when in reality, they're better than me as of right now, as my bigoted mind is telling me, like, you know why is my dad telling me, like, you're the gonna be the man of the family, you need to take care of your family? Like, no, child. A partnership is two people, not one. um I did four, but two. It's just kind of lost where I was going, but it's just things like that just make you wonder or realize why feminism is here, especially in Latino cultures. We have such strong women. I recently did a speech on feminism for my Chicano studies class, and I talked about the ovarian psychos, which are a group of women in downtown LA, or just in LA. I wouldn't take my word for granted because it was a while back. But there's these group of women, or a gang as you would call it, who ride their bikes around the city in protest of, claiming back the streets and claiming back their femininity and claiming back their power. I find it really, like, powerful that they're really taking bicycles, and you would never think bicycles, like a gang who rides bicycles, but they are owning their bodies, they are owning their ovaries, they're so proud to be women, and that is, like, so awesome. Like, who am I, who are you to take that away from them? Who are you in the first place to take that away from them? I don't know who, but y'all got some problems. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, where I stand in this is, I'm very pro feminism. Everybody has different ideas of what feminism can be. Some people think it's too radical. Some people don't agree with it. Some people do agree with it. Some people are in the middle. You know, Wherever you are, that's your opinion. And I'm not here to bash you. I'm not here to, say this or do that or speak on your name. But, I try my best to educate people, because what it is a lack of education. People think they know what they're talking about because of what they were taught, whether that be culturally or just, the area they were in, or I don't know, I guess that's considered culturally, but yeah, it's just things like that. It's not really their fault. They were raised like that. They don't know any better, just like I was raised like that and I didn't know any better until I took it upon myself to really think about it. And I think being gay really helped with that, because being gay, embracing your femininity is not looked down upon. It's like almost everybody does it. That's why we're considered sissies or whatever. Um, it's just, I really think that gave me some good insight into what it really means to be a feminist, or owning your femininity. And I also wanted to speak on trans matters. A lot of people, including my mother, which upsets me very much, think that trans women are not women and that they don't deserve to be called women because they don't go through the same things as cis women do, which I find very unsettling, because no woman has the same experience. Uh, that trans woman who's still a woman, I'm not sure why I have to put trans in front of it, but just for the sake of this example, she could have gone through almost the most similar experiences to you, but you're gonna invalidate her because of her genetic sex. Like, how does that work? It's kind of patriarchal, because the men are influencing these women, like my mother, my stepfather's influencing her to thinking that they're not worth as much as a real woman, which they are real women. So it's like, really, and they're basing it on the fact that they can't have babies, or the fact that they weren't born with a uterus or a vagina, when bottom surgery exists. A lot of women cannot have biological women cannot have babies, so why are you putting their worth on their reproductive system? I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. I know I'm going on a tangent, but what I'm trying to say is, you know, I'm very outspoken, and a lot of students in this class have witnessed that in the past few days. And I will never stop being outspoken. I will speak my mind. I will stand up for myself and other people when some fuckery is going on. Um, I will stand with my sisters. I will stand with my brothers, because feminism is not just for women, it is for men too. People get that confused all the time. You can still be a man and still be a feminist, you know? It doesn't make you any less of a man, you know? Although some feminists are very anti-man, you know, it's just how you make it your own. Yeah. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's a very important topic to me. Just like all the topics that were listed here, but this one really stood out to me. But thank you for listening. I hope I kind of made sense. And what I said can maybe help you embrace your femininity if you're, you know, experimenting, or you don't know what feminism really is and you're kind of in the middle. But, you know, don't say no to it before you get to know what it is. Um, and this was my final expression. Thank you for listening.